Yo, yo, what's up? We are live. All right, let's see who's going to join us tonight. Ah. All right, we're going to get started soon, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, I guess live, we're going to be going over Supreme Week 10. My honest opinion on the items that are dropping tomorrow. Some people claiming this to be a pretty hyped week, one of the best. Ernie Barnes is dropping. Majority of the Ernie Barnes items are dropping tomorrow, so it is a pretty hyped week. But we're gonna get to it. Okay, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. I've kind of let a lot of the items, or at least my thoughts on the items, sit in my noggin a little bit, just to kind of figure out, what makes the most logical sense, in terms of resale, alongside in terms of copying for the personal, in terms of which items make the most sense. So we're going to be getting into that in today's stream. All right. Just waiting for people strong in the building, but I hope everybody is having a fantastic evening. Right smack in the middle of the week, hump day today. So yeah, we're going to get to it. We are going to get to it, but again, just waiting for people strong on it. Yo, what's up, Zach Estrada? What is going on? Appreciate you strolling on by. What is up? Come here, buddy. Got my cat going off. But yeah, we're back. We're live. Just going to be, again, going on. We didn't necessarily make a video or chop it up prior to the week. So, again, pretty hyped week for what's to come, dropping tomorrow. I'm going to be going over the items, and just give you my solid, honest opinion on them specifically, as we got some heaters for sure. We definitely have some heaters for sure. A lot of people asking me questions about, hey, what am I going for? What makes the most logical sense? I think it really comes down to a couple things, okay? I'm going to break it down in this way. A lot of items that are dropping tomorrow for week 10, I genuinely believe are not going to be doing too well on the aftermarket, okay? Let me explain. We are living in a pretty weird economy right now where a lot of people aren't really spending too much money for themselves. So, like, if you really put that into context when it comes to purchasing Supreme or any of these hyped items, I generally feel a lot of the leather items tomorrow, I'm just going to be real, I hate to say it, aren't going to do that well in the aftermarket. Yes, Supreme doesn't necessarily release wallets or any of these leather items often, so they will sell out, but I still feel like that is going to be deceiving based on how these are going to perform in the aftermarket. Okay, I got to review Boone's video, and it did catch me a little off guard because I felt like he was just, you know, talking, just talking crap about everything that's dropping, and that, you know, it just doesn't make any sense to purchase anything to begin with, you know. When I do beg to disagree, I think there are some diamonds in the rough, and we're going to get to that. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on initially what we can expect tomorrow. A lot of items are going to fly. The BB Simon item is obviously going to fly, but I do want to touch on that as well. So we're going to get to that. But yeah, Zach Estrada, appreciate you being in the building. RX Fly Fishing, what's good? What's good? Salute. We got Den DZ in the building. DZL, I typically just call you Den DZ. But what's up, man? Happy to have you all here. All right, we can go ahead. We got a couple people in the building already, chopping it up over here. You know, I would not put it past anybody sleeping in the streets for the Supreme drop, since there are, especially from a resale standpoint, I can see you have the option to buy multiple products across the board, get a little bit of resale here, here for some specific items. It might make logical sense, but for any of us manual coppers that are just going through the cell phone, I highly recommend just going for like one item, one or two items at max, really just to make sense of it all, okay? Let me go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we can get right to it, okay? But in today's live, this is really basically to answer any questions you guys have about the drop tomorrow, and then honestly, what I personally feel is like the best stuff to go for. And again, I'm a little biased because maybe what I might be going for might not be something somebody else is going for. We all have different diverse tastes, and that's what makes it all unique at the end of the day, right? New York Dad, just stopping by, say hello. Hey, you just got back from Puerto Rico. Hey, man. What's up, New York Dad? Salutes, man. Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks. I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully smashing that like button. Yeah, if you guys could all just do me a solid, smash that like button just so that we can get this into the YouTube ethers, as we're trying to get back in the YouTube algo train. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like just we're just getting back. We're getting the motor all oiled up. All right. So I appreciate you all jumping on in. So let me go ahead and share my screen over here. And again, for anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Ernest Khan. We've been doing sneaker sneaker and Supreme content since January of 2022. We're pretty much jumping on the bandwagon again, getting more lives and more edited content for you all. So if you guys enjoy the content, I'm not going to say consider subscribe. I'm just going to say subscribe to the channel, all right, and join the club. But let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so let's go ahead, and there we go. All right, so I hope you guys do. For anybody new here, I hope you like the sneaker backdrop. We added some sneakers, some of my favorite sneakers, onto the backdrop, and yeah. So okay, we do happen to have. We're on Supreme. We're on the Supreme site. Okay, I'm going to click into Supreme Community, and we're just going to lightly touch. Actually, maybe we're not going to lightly touch. We're just going to go in depth. Okay, we're going to go in depth in terms of everything that's dropping tomorrow, my honest, humble opinion. Now, we're not going to start from the most hyped items, okay? I'm not going to start with, I'm going to start with the potatoes, then we'll get to the meat, okay? So we're going to scroll down to the bottom of the page, and then we're going to go all the way up. I hope that sounds good for the game plan for today, but I just want to let everybody watching know initially maybe what might make the most sense, okay? Because there are a couple items actually on this screen that I'd probably recommend going for that actually might be doing pretty decent on the aftermarket, okay? So for the first item, this long nylon short, I don't know, it just looks pretty regular-degular to me. Nothing too fancy, if anything. Price at $128. I don't know. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of it, but hey, if you need some shorts, by all means. Let me just get some music going on in the background here. And yeah, okay, so moving along, we do happen to have these Pitbulls embroidered sweatpants. I do like the graphic on this specifically. I can see maybe the black one doing okay, but really, strictly just a personal for this. Either the black or maybe the brown. I mean, if you're a dog and you love dogs, you know, I feel like either going with the Pitbulls hoodie is fine. You know, it's not the most horrible graphic ever. You know, it's kind of a little all over the place. If you're a fan of dogs, if you're about dogs, if you're a Supreme dog, you know, by all means. If I had to choose between the sweatpant or the hoodie, I'd probably go with the hoodie, if anything. The sweatpant's just a little interesting to have those patterns, but I do like the fact that it's a little mismatched. You know, you don't have it. It's not all like coordinated in the same level where you have like bulldogs from top to bottom and then top to bottom on. It's kind of like a little bit here. I mean, a little bit down here and then a little bit of a lot over here. So I'm not mad at this product, but again, I would not recommend buying both of them and wearing them both. That's just a little too many bulldogs, I think. So it is what it is, okay? Now, an item that's going to fly off the site tomorrow is, believe it or not, going to be this balaclava, especially in the black colorway. I definitely think it's an item worth picking up and probably going to be the best reselling item. I'm just going to be completely honest because you think about it, okay? I mean, this and probably the BB Simon is going to be the best reselling product tomorrow. Reason why is because look at it. This is $28, okay? Again, I'm not saying all colors are going to do well, but this black one for sure with that silver, I think is definitely it's a banger. I do like this one a lot. I don't personally wear balaclavas. I'm not really around the snow or in cold environments too often, and so I don't really wear stuff like this. But I guarantee you, this is definitely going to be reselling for anywhere from $75 to maybe even $100, if anything. It's just a solid piece. I mean, if you have the time, you can feel free to go for all three of them. But I think the one that's going to sell first is going to be this black one. Without a doubt, this black one's going to fly off the site. And I think it's definitely a worthwhile cop. So if you're going in store and you have the option to pick this up, add it in. Just add it in. You'll get your money back and then some for sure. So highly recommend that one specifically. Next piece I do want to touch on is going to be the Ernie Barnes baggy denim short. I do like these. I think they're clean. I think it's definitely a good product. And out of all the Ernie Barnes products specifically, I would say this, the short sleeve shirt, and then the decks are probably the best items out of all of them specifically. I took some good close-ups at the fleece. It kind of looks like Muppet fleece specific. Like you remember when they did the Muppet collaboration? It kind of does look a little bit like that. Like it does kind of look like it doesn't have the best quality on the fleece. So it's probably going to be a solid pass for me for that fleece. Again, if you're in store, you can inspect it, but the problem with purchasing some of these products online is you don't really know until you get it in hand, okay? And that's one thing I really want to iterate. If you're spending, let's scroll up a little bit. Yeah, over here. You're spending $340, okay? And then, add tax and all that mumbo jumbo. Maybe this is probably going to average at maybe $380, okay? For you to get it to your in hands to your door. I don't know if the quality is going to be that good on this. Okay, now from afar, hey, it looks cool, it looks sick. But similar to the Muppet stuff, I don't know if this is going to do that well in the aftermarket. You need to think about also not just return on investment here, but it actually holding at that price that you paid because I'm a culprit. I purchased the Muppets and I still have it. I'm still sitting on it. It completely tanked on the market. And yeah, you just don't want to be stuck with certain pieces that aren't going to appreciate in value. This is why I do believe in the quick flip. Get your money quick, get your money back, and send it off into the ethers versus sitting on it and hanging onto it. So I just wanted to touch on that. I know I'm kind of jumping around over here. So we touched on that. We touched on this. I think this is a solid piece. This will sell out for sure. I don't know how fast it's going to sell out since obviously there are more hyped items on the top of this page. Bulldogs, again, purchase it for personal specifically. I don't really see any resale potentially on that. Some people are talking about this being a potential sleeper. I can see the pink ones flying for sure. Again, note, this is a Polartec mesh, so it is going to be kind of see-through. So I could see this as a good item if you're putting it like over an existing shirt, whether you're already wearing a long sleeve or you're wearing like a short sleeve shirt. I think this is a solid piece, especially in that blue and especially in that pink. Okay, I do like this. I do like this. I think it's a good piece. Will I be going for this? Most likely not, but I generally believe that pink one is going to fly. A lot of people are talking about it being, I believe Luke Darnell also mentioned that this is going to be a sleeper. But here's the thing. The more us influencers are talking about a specific product, more people have eyes on it now because we're talking about it. It's like, oh, that's a good item. The balaclava, perfect example, or this one, So, I'm just saying, if you're going to be going for specific items, there's two ways to go about it. You just go strictly for the personal, or if you're really going for that, gunning it for that resale, go for the items that you know are going to be doing well on the aftermarket, that have proved time and time again that they've done well in the aftermarket, okay? Balaclavas, especially in black, typically do well, okay? So that's why I'm putting that one is, that for me is a full go. That's a full go. If you're going for one item tomorrow and you want profit, the balaclava is probably going to be the best bet. Okay, just going to put it out there. Okay. Anyway, jumping back over here. Actually, you know what? Let me just exit out of here because I don't want this thing slowing down too much on me. Okay. Moving along over here, we have the Spell Out embroidered track pants. Not mad about this. I think the purple's going to do very well. However, I generally think the Spell Out embroidered track pant jacket is significantly better in the purple colorway. They've done this before. I don't know if I don't believe they've done it in this nice like purpley lilac. I don't know the exact purple, but it is nice. I do like this a lot. The purple one will sell out first, for sure. Without a doubt, that one is going to do well, okay? Now, scrolling back down, again, I don't want to jump around too much. We do have these piping script logo New Eras. I'm not mad about this, but I've never really seen this type of hat with the piping, that like pinstripe, do well in aftermarket. If anything, out of all these colors, I generally think maybe the black one might be the best. But other than that, I don't really know. Maybe that pink one with the brown, I could see how, you know, pink and brown, it's kind of like a Travis Scott type of vibe. You're kind of putting the, you know, you're putting pink laces on like a brown shoe. I could probably see that hat selling out eventually. But again, looking at all of these, nothing really is pulling me. If I absolutely had to choose one, I probably would go with this red, white, and gray. That's just me. That's just like looking, like first glance at this, I'm like, okay, I get to pick one. If Supreme were going to hook a brother up, I'd probably go with that one. As the black one is just I don't know, it's just a little bit too much of the same. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with this. I think it's strictly a personal at the end of the day. Okay, moving along, I touched on this on the fleece jacket. This is a big no-no. I'd say a no-no unless you see it in store and like really are like, I really want this piece and I'm typically in the cold a lot, then it makes sense. You got to think about these pieces too. How often are you going to wear it? You know, somebody like me, I don't really know how often I'd be wearing a fleece. So I don't really want to have too many fleeces in my collection. I'd rather maybe just have one, if anything. We did end up souping up the Kate Moss last season or last year. That's still DS in the bag. I'll take that out in my own time. But some of these pieces I do see as investments, maybe not financially, but investments in, hey, maybe later down the road, I want to take a photo and I want it to look fresh, you know? So like to me, that's how I see it. You know, if I want to have a photo instead of with a specific piece and I want that piece to be crispy, I want to make sure that I have access to the piece and no better access than if it's in my damn closet, right? So, Sean of St. Loserville, what's up? Leopard baseball jersey lost me with the price. Outside of that, I'll just save my money. Yeah, you know, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. This might be a great week to actually save money. A lot of people are just going to be out there spending their money this week. People are easily going to be spending anywhere from $500 to $850 this week. I guarantee you. Okay, that's not going to be me. Okay, I'm just going to say that. But there are some sleepers here, and I want to talk about them. I think it's very important to talk about them because it's very important that you go in tomorrow, whether you're going in store or purchasing online, and really think about it this way. Is the item I'm buying for myself, okay? Because if it's an item you really want for yourself and you just want to have it, okay, and you don't want to worry about paying for it in the resale market or what have you, then go do that. If you're really looking for a resale item, those are most likely are going to fly pretty quickly, so you want to be quick, obviously, about it, okay? Just why Apple Pay is typically the way we go. It's Apple Pay. I've been doing Apple Pay for over a year now. It's just the method, okay? If you have other methods that you go about that work for you, hey, by all means. We just do a full send. We go through that capture as fast as we can, and we check out, right? But yeah, anyway, moving along over here, I do want to touch on obviously a couple pieces. The leopard print is actually a piece that's on my radar. Really do like that piece a lot. It's the type of piece that I would not want to wear that baggy. I want to wear that fitted. So I typically go for a medium when it comes to jerseys. Let me actually scroll up real quick and let's just touch on it since we're here. Now, yes, this is going to average you $200, okay? But we want to talk about the material, okay? What's the material, okay? This is I hope I don't murder this name over here. Pontoglio. I'm like, I hope I'm pronouncing it. It's a velvet with satin, okay? So this is gonna have a little bit of a shine to it, okay? It is gonna be on the lighter side, not lighter in price. It's gonna be a little bit on the lighter side. So for me, I typically go for medium on stuff like this, but if I were to go for this, if I'm gonna be gunning for this, it's gonna be a small, without a doubt. I want it fitted. You know, if you're gonna be rocking like leather print, rocket fitted. You know, that's me. Saint Sean says, my buddies over at Unheard of have their extremely limited Mother's Day sneaker collab dropping with Adidas on the 10th. Need money for those, no doubt, along with the BHM SBs. Sorry, BHM SBs. You might have to type that out for me. I'm trying to remember top of mind. SBs. You're not talking about. I know that they're doing an Air Max SB. BHM. Anyway, type it in the chat. Let me know what you're talking about specifically. Yeah, you know exactly. Hype Love, you're right. A baggy look on this. I mean, again, look, if you're in a baggy look, hey, look, do it. But I'm just saying, like, look, if you're a dude you're rocking a cheetah print, rock it tight. Like, I'm just being real. Like, I'm just completely being real. Like, I'm a skater through and through. You're not gonna catch me wearing this in a large or a medium. There's no way. No way in hell. The rodeos. Okay, I might have to look those up, man. I might have to. The rodeos SBs. Okay. Not 100% sure. I should know what you're talking about. This is a sneaker channel at the end of the day. But yeah. The shorts are low-key sleepers. Last shorts from last seasons are going for 200. Okay. Hey, let me actually go back to that real quick. Okay. This is definitely this piece. I'm just gonna say is in my top 3. It's in my top 3 pieces that I'm like eyeing tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but I'm letting you know it's one of the pieces that I'm like really considering because I'm like, wow, this is a really good piece. It's a really good piece. Okay, and again, I know there's a lot of branding. I got the art logo, but when the hell did it do a leopard print? Okay, let's put the black one aside. I still think the black one is most likely gonna sell out too. I think it's clean. But the leopard print, I don't recall Supreme doing like a leather print, like something like this with the ARC logo, since like either, I don't know, like 2014 or 16 or whatever. I don't know. You tell me. Have they done something like this? I don't know. But I think it's a solid, you know, if you're a dude or you're a chick and you're into this stuff, like if you're into this loud ass pattern, go for it. Full send it. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna X out of here. I'm gonna go back to the shorts real quick. I just want to double check if these shorts is what you're talking about. You're saying these are going to go up and sell for 200. Let me take a closer gander at it because I haven't really taken a good look at it. Again, it's like I was going to say minimal branding. You're not even seeing any branding on this specifically. Like it's literally what there's a little Supreme tag here and then the side is that piping? Is it okay? Water resistant? Okay. Nylon, yeah. I just feel like when it comes to stuff like this, okay, I'm not mad about these, but I'm just saying for something like this, you're spending 128. You could probably get something like this, same material for 40 bucks, straight up. You know, nobody's gonna know if it's like Supreme branded or not. You know, unless it was like some limited colorway. I do want to double check. Are these the shorts you're talking about? Or are you talking about those other shorts? Because I generally feel. Let me actually just X out of this because we don't want too many tabs. Slowing this down. Yeah, it's a unique jersey. The leopard print is rare for the jersey. And again, we don't know how many they're going to make, you know? Let's say each store gets 10. Like, that's it, you know? Like, each store gets 10. And like, how many stores are there? And then online, we again, you know, sometimes the reason why stuff sells out so fast online, they just didn't produce much, you know? Because if they produced enough, it would probably be sitting for a while, you know? But that's not always the case. Some of these are going to be sleepers. I guarantee you. Oh, I think that's what you're talking about. You're talking about the mesh shorts. Am I right? You're talking about the mesh shorts? Let me tell you which one's going to fly. This one in the middle is going to fly. I guarantee you. Let's click on it. Let's look. Okay. I think this is what you're talking about. You're not talking about the first shorts that I talked about. Yeah. Okay, guys. Every time Supreme produce something with a damn freaking eagle, it's game over. These are good. Now, if I absolutely had to choose something for myself, man, I don't know. I'm looking at the one all the way to the right. This looks like something that's like bootlegged, like something that I could like find in the Philippines, just in terms of the colors. But I do kind of like this color for some reason. I'm like, this is kind of a banger. Anyway, looking at all of them, what is this? This is kind of like so pink with like a rust color. These are nice. This is probably going to be the first color to go. The black one, I don't know about this purple one, honestly. because you got to look at the contrasting colors. Okay, it's like, okay, we got purple and green. That's kind of like very Hulk-like, you know. I wonder if Bike Airs will touch 1K. I can see Bike Airs touching 750. Yep, but like come December. Yep, I got one pair, still DS, sitting on it. But as of this moment in time, I think it's just such a collector's piece as well that I'm like, I want to eventually add it to a fit. Anyway, story for another day. Check on StockX Supreme Big Script Mesh Short. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm more than happy to do that. Let's do that. Let's hope my computer doesn't slow down too much. Let's just get on StockX and then we'll peruse from there. So I did purchase the big script mesh shorts. We do have it in the blue and orange. You know, that New York flavor. No, actually, what am I doing? I didn't mean to go to my favorites here. And then yeah, anybody scoop this up today? I mean, we lucked out. The sneaker gods blessed us. I just need one pair. Thankful, moving along. You know, the Vault colorway is one of my all-time favorite colors. I just love this. When I saw this, I was like, wow. Amazing, amazing sneaker. I generally like the Jumpman Jack. At first, I was kind of like, I don't really know about the silhouette, but eventually did grow on me. And hey, what, 55,000 pairs, all sold out, all gone. There you go. We just keep it moving. Now, in terms of lace changes, I don't know. I'm still debating if I would lace change it at all. Maybe I'd change it to black, if anything, because I feel it's a little bit too much cream. Anyway. We're here to talk about the mesh shorts, right? So let me go back here, and sorry if I missed any scripts. Okay, let's just see. And again, guys, I want to reiterate this. Just because it looks like it's doing well on StockX doesn't always mean that it's doing well in real life, okay? Sometimes StockX can be a facade for like, oh, it looks like it's doing well. Always look at how many sales have been done, how much those sales landed, because sometimes people might be asking for some crazy amount. Like, this is the one I have. I have it in a small. I don't know. Something about this. I went to the store, saw it, and I was like, man, I really like that. And then I left, and I didn't get it. And I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, something about that colorway, man. I just really like orange. Orange with gray and then blue. This is a banger. I like this one a lot, okay? Now, obviously, it didn't do that well in the aftermarket, considering, okay, I got it for 110, and now it's reselling for what, like a little close to 150, factor in taxes and all that mumbo jumbo. Probably just get my money back, if anything. So, and, oh, okay. We did get in small. But yeah, is there a specific color you were talking about? Let's just jump back here. I hope it just goes back to the damn thing, okay? And again, sorry, my internet and this computer is a little on the slower side. You were in Roscoe's stream, and people were pissed on the prices were dropping down on the Travis Scotts. Honestly, I'm going to be real. I couldn't care less about the resale on that. It's just, I looked on GOAT, and it averaged to 340. And I was like, I'm not paying 340 for those sneakers. And that's why I tried, because I was like, okay, I'd rather pay 210 and not have to pay 340 for sneakers that I really, really want and I am going to wear, okay? I'm not surprised people are pissed off. But you think about this colorway, not everybody can pull this off. It's not the bright cactus is not a sneaker for everybody, 100%. So for me, even looking at it in a reseller's eyes, I would not touch this sneaker with a 10-foot pole. No, unless it's a size 13 or 14 or something like that, maybe even a size 12. Anyway, let me go back here, okay? For the mesh shorts, since we're on the topic of the mesh shorts, let me click into one of them at least. Script. I'm going to click into the black one. I think the black one's a place safe just to kind of see. Yeah, okay. I'm going to click into the black one because I think out of all these, I think the black one's kind of like a place safe in terms of colorway. I just want to see what it's doing on the aftermarket, and then we can kind of keep it moving, okay? We don't have to talk about this all night, okay? Yo, Ryan DeHeel, what's going on, man? Hey, yo, shout out to Ryan DeHeel. Salutes. Hope you're doing well, man. Yo, if you guys can take a moment to just smash that like button for your guy. We got some good people strolling in because tomorrow's a hype drop. Tomorrow is like I was actually considering like sleeping in the streets, like in front of the shop tonight because it's a pretty juicy drop. Okay, we're gonna get to the hyped items. Okay, at the tail end. So just hang. There's a bunch of sales for the black one in all sizes. Okay, wow, holy hell. Okay, this was holy hell. Okay, so this is good. This is good. No, I hype love. I appreciate you bringing this to light. I didn't get to touch too much on these specifics, but hey, we're looking at this landing at 237. That's not only your money back, that's your money back and then freaking dinner, you know? Nice, solid. And then also, I want to reiterate too, well, I just want to mention, is what I'm trying to say, because I didn't mention it yet. Always helps to look at how many sales and when was the last sale also, because, you know, there might be an item that like wasn't sold, so in time, you know, in time you'll see it, right? Anyway, I'm going to exit out of this. This is good to see. I am very happy to see this, okay? Now, exiting out of that. So, this might actually be this in the black. This in the black is going to fly. Yep. Because that alone, okay, look, hear me out. Have you ever heard the saying, success leaves clues? So you look at that mesh short, that released. I mean, we didn't go with the black one. We thought the black was a little bit too regular. You know, we typically like to pop. We like to pop off a little bit, right? That's us. That's why we went with the blue and the orange, right? But I think this black one, yeah. I think this black one is going, like, I'm even wondering, like, what does this even say? Does this say 7 hours, or does this say Thursday? Like, I don't know. It's a 7 HVS, and then you got the New York and the, yeah, no, this in the black is going to do well. This in the black is going to do well, guys. If you want, I mean, and again, it might not do well right away. You're going to have to sit on it a little bit, but yes, again, I'm just touching on all facets of the drop tomorrow. This is a go. If you like any other color than the black, well, okay, for resale, the black and this, okay? If you just want it for the personal, go to town. Don't let me tell you what to buy, okay? Let's just leave it at that. I'm going to close that out. And we are going to close this out too. And we're back over here, okay? Again, hard pass on this. This is a big no-no. This is like a big red flag. These will sell out. However, I feel bad for the people that are going to be buying this. This is a solid piece. The Ernie Barnes shirt, button-up shirt. I mean, can't go wrong. Billiards, smoking, hanging out at the pub, you know? Let's actually see what both sides, because it's literally like as you rotate your body when you're wearing this, you get to see the whole kind of bar play out. That's kind of cool. I know not too many places like, you know, like endorse smoking in bars anymore, but, you know, it's like, this is from like how many years ago, you know? Ernie Barnes is a former NFL player, and then now he's turned into an artist. So, you know, you can't play NFL your entire life, you know? The brain damage that it does to your head, all that stuff. Eventually, you're going to have to transition to something else, right? Anyway, yeah, no, hype. That's awesome, man. Bunch of sales. Appreciate that. I don't know, though. Personally, I think the shorts are super gaudy compared to the other ones. Yeah, no, for sure. I know they're pretty loud, but you have to think about the Supreme consumer. Some of us, not all of us, you know, we like the loud branding, you know? Just think about it. Are you really going to be spending a lot of money if it doesn't say like Supreme plastered on? Like maybe not, right? Then you could just get it at thrift, or you can get another brand that doesn't say it, right? So I think when it comes to purchasing specific pieces, again, the big question, like when people ask me, hey, what are you going to get? It depends. That's my answer. It depends. Are you looking to resell? Are you looking to just keep this in your collection? Or are you going to wear it? You know, because some people like me, we like to collect stuff and just keep it DS for that special moment. You know, maybe we're going to be wearing it to a specific event. Let me show you something. One of my all-time favorite grails. Let me just jump back on StockX. I got this in the closet. All right, let me jump back on StockX. This is one of my all-time favorite grails. It's a Supreme piece, and I got it in store. And I wore this during Outside Lands. Okay. This is the Che Guevara. This piece is so crazy. This is one of my all-time favorite pieces. At least I hope it's called Che Guevara. Let me double check. It is, yeah, this is it, but it's in the better colorway. This colorway is, excuse my French, dog shit. I'm looking for the better one. Where is it? Okay, where are we at? You know, let me just type the damn thing. But that's it. Here we are. Okay, so it came out in three colorways. This black one, this is the one we have. Okay, so it came out in the purple one, which is kind of a weird color for it to come out, and then it came out in that red one. This piece is solid, solid piece. So we have this. We worn it one time at an event. Look at what somebody's trying to get for this piece. Again, we got to look at the sales, but I mean, considering the fact that this initially dropped for $250, okay, so I probably paid like $275, and people are trying to get $400. Like, you know, this is a solid piece, and it also has the back hit too. It's a piece. It's a piece, okay. But again, we need to check like, what are the actual sales on this? You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for that right now. I don't even see the button over here. Sell now. Why doesn't it have like the button on the side? I feel more people are copying for the personal nowadays, is what Sean's saying. Again, Sean, excuse me, man. I'm just gonna say your name, Sean, and not read your own name out. More than before, because profit margins are super small. Yep, and that's what I'm gonna get to. That's definitely what I'm gonna get to today, because after watching Boone's video, I was shocked to see his video. I thought he was going to be hyping everything up, and then I think he really humbled us out. He humbled us out, okay? Anyway, one of my grails. I absolutely love this piece. I think this is such a great festival piece. I mean, again, you got to be at a festival that's going to be kind of chilly later in the day, but this is one of my all-time favorite pieces. It's just such a banger, man. You got Che Guevara pretty much smoking that blunt. It's a piece. It's such a piece, you know. And then the hitters on the arms as well. Supreme on the initial, because the thing is, when I see pieces like this, I picture myself not wearing the hood on. Like, how is the piece gonna look with the hood down, and then you got that branding on the back? Game over. Solid piece. Anyway, enough enough going crazy about this, but I did just want to touch on this, that I think this is a solid piece. Obviously, this was sold. I mean, when did this even come out? 2021. 2021. We were like eyeing this. You know, we were like, hey, that's something that I know I'm gonna look back on, and I'm gonna be like, I'm glad I swooped that up, because, like, look, if I wanted my size, it's not even here. Like, I can't even get my size. It's not here. I could probably sell mine, if anything, you know. But again, I did use it one time, so I would probably, because I sell ethically, you know, I would sell on Grailed. If I were to sell it, again, this piece is probably not going to be sold. I'd sell it on Grailed, and then I would sell it used. Like, I used it one time, but it's still in really good condition, or what have you. Because again, I wouldn't want somebody to buy it thinking it's brand new when I wore it once. Okay. Anyway, story for another day. So let me X out of that, and we're going to go back here. Okay. So we touched on a couple things over here. This is a go, especially if you are going to just get one piece, one of the Ernie Barnes pieces. Highly recommend going for that shirt. That shirt's probably the best thing to pick. Second, I would probably say maybe the shorts or the decks. Okay. But again, you think about the functionality behind this stuff. The decks are nice. Now get the decks if you do streams. Get the decks if you're a collector. You're going to have it in your damn room. If you're going to buy it and just keep it in the box, maybe it's not ideal. Okay. I don't really believe anybody's going to be skating those decks. I guarantee you, I do not think anybody's going to be skating those decks, unless it's like a combination of some friends that are like, hey, we all want to have a piece of this and actually go skate them. It's strictly for collectors. I really don't see many people skating those decks, okay? Anyway, two-tone mohair cardigan. Okay, I'll jump to your comments soon. The two-tone mohair cardigan, I don't really know about this one specifically. Let me just click on it real quick. Let's just take a gander at it real quick, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. It's $200, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really know. Maybe that brown one, if anything, but again, I would just pass on this. There's too much other stuff to go for this season. You know, maybe this for the girls in a small, but again, I don't know. The black isn't bad, but there's just too much other stuff going on. I wouldn't even bother. What's up, buddy? My cat's just going off. Anyway, okay, moving along. Out of all of these, purple is a smoke show. That is gonna come here, buddy. Yeah. He wants to just hang out. Okay. Anyway, this is Riley. For anybody who doesn't know Riley, Let me just, we gotta give him a little bit of the spotlight over here. Let me just jump here. All right, so this is my cat, Riley. I've had him for longer than I can remember, probably 6 years now. He's one of my best friends. He's a good kitty. All right. Anyway, we're gonna keep moving. But I appreciate you all for rocking with me. Again, tomorrow's a good day. Tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Okay. I wish you all the best for tomorrow's drop. I generally think tomorrow is gonna be a fun drop. It's really gonna be a fun drop. A lot of this stuff's gonna sell out in 5 minutes. It's just gonna be gone, like for sure. A lot of these items I'm about to talk about are gonna be gone. Okay. Anyway, moving along. Purple, Smoke Show, everything else by your discretion. Moving along over here, let's just really talk about this, okay? For all the pretty boys in the building, okay? For all the pretty boys that want to carry around a leather pocket mirror, okay? I'm not going to hate you if you buy this, but I'm not going to buy this, okay? Number one, where the hell am I going to keep this? In my pocket? You know? I mean, you got to be vain as hell to carry a freaking mirror in your freaking pocket, okay? For the chicks, I can get with the program, okay? For the chicks that buy this, you have your little mirror, whatever, you're putting your makeup and stuff like that. But again, I don't really see this. I see this as the last item to sell out. Maybe it might sell out in a specific colorway. Maybe the camel will sell out first, or maybe that red one, because red apparently pops off. But I do want to touch on this item because it's an interesting item. I don't believe Supreme's done anything like this. These will sell out, but again, think about it. If you're not rocking this for the personal, again, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm just like, when are you really going to be using this, okay? Unless you're trying to spy on people when you're out and about, and you're going to use it to spy on people, okay, maybe, but like, I don't know. Buy it if you like it. That's it, all right? We're passing on this. But I was considering the black. I think, I'm going to be honest. I was thinking, I was like, I wonder, but then I was like, I don't want to be that guy with a freaking pocket mirror in his pocket. Like, it's like, I'm sorry, you know? So it's just like, it's a no for me. Okay. Anyway, moving along, there are way better leather items dropping this week. All right. Let's keep it moving. All right. Ernie Barnes, Camp Cap. Okay. Now, this is probably going to sell out later in the drop. I'm saying probably around that 10-minute mark. You don't need to buy all these Supreme Camp Caps, guys. I'm a culprit for, like, you know, like, I was going through some of my stuff, and I'm like, I got a lot of hats, and they're just sitting in boxes, okay? So I want you to ask yourself that tomorrow before you buy this damn hat. Do I really need to spend 66 bucks on a damn another Camp Cap? Now, buy this if you're going to be getting some other piece, you know? Because I don't think this hat goes well with this. I think this hat goes well with this, but this is a garbage piece. So when are you going to wear this? Buy this if you are getting the shorts. If you're getting the shorts, get the hat. Those probably will look well together, okay? Again, this, I hate to say it's going to be a garbage piece, but I'm saying that this is not going to be a good piece because I'm basing it on the quality. Now, I want to be proven wrong tomorrow that this is a good piece. I need to see it in person. Remember, the Kate Moss, that was good quality because they did that on a very specific, they did that piece justice because they did it on a better material. But the Muppet, crappy material. This, I think it's kind of similar to the Muppet fleece. So just don't be disappointed if you buy this and you get it in the mail and then I told you so, okay? Pardon my French, Ernest, all this time I was looking for my cat because I thought, that's hilarious, man. You got a cat that looks similar to Riley? I don't believe Supreme's stocking a lot. They have a few in stock and then they go to the shop. Yeah, no, for sure. And again, I don't think there's going to be a lot of these leather items, okay? So again, this stuff, just leave it for the girls, guys. Let's just leave that for the girls, okay? This hat, buy it if you like it. Buy it if you want to add it to something. But again, like, just a standalone, I mean, hey, it doesn't look bad, but I don't know. For me, we're going to be passing on that. Now, the Ernie Barnes decks, I think I touched on that. Buy it if you stream. Buy it if you're a collector. And if you have space, okay? If you already have all these decks on the wall, it's like, do you really need another set of 5 boards? Where are you going to keep this? Think about that, okay? Now, I'm not going to hate on this C-Bob. I think it's an amazing piece. It even comes with, apparently, if you look into the specs on it, it comes with some screens. You can actually take some video recording as well. So I think that's cool. But for 20K, you could put 20K into the stock market and just leave it there, and that will do significantly better in terms of a return on investment. Or if you buy this in a store and you flip it right away, again, I would not recommend selling something like this on StockX. They might just deem it as a, oh, like, we lost your product, or your product never arrived, or, hey, we got the box, but it wasn't in it. Just imagine losing 20 grand just because, for whatever reason, it didn't arrive. It got lost in the mail. Like, I don't know. I think that this type of piece, I mean, if you purchase on the site, it will be mailed to you. But 20K is a lot of money. Not a lot of us in this economy really have that type of money. So this is really for the rich boys or rich girls watching. I have a ton of hats. To be honest, I never see Camp Cats in the wild where I'm at. I don't see Supreme in the wild anyways. But I'm in the Midwest. Hey, that's something to take into consideration, you know? I mean, sometimes I think about all the stuff I've collected, and I'm like, if I ever move to the middle of butthole nowhere, nobody's going to know any of this stuff I'm wearing. Nobody's going to care. I'm going to be the only one wearing it and like care about what I'm wearing. So it's kind of like, you know, living in a city like San Francisco, it's like, at least I can justify like wearing what I'm wearing. It's like, yeah, hey, that's Preem, you know, and people get it, you know what I mean? It's like they got the memo. But imagine you're wearing Preem in a city where like nobody knows it or just cares. Like it just, to me, it kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we wear this stuff for us and the feeling that it gives us when we wear it. But in a weird way, it's also like social validation when you're wearing specific products out. It's like, well, like, why do we like some hyped sneakers or whatever, you know, because people are talking about it, you know. If I'm wearing like some hyped stuff and I'm walking out, it's like, to get that recognition from other people, sometimes it's just nice, you know. You can spark conversations with other people who are into the same stuff, you know. So it does kind of bring a lot of other stuff that, you know, maybe we didn't buy it for that reason, but certain pieces you wear attract certain people. It just does, you know. If I'm out and I'm wearing like a Louis bag or something like that, Louis Vuitton enthusiasts might spark a conversation with me. Like, hey, I like that piece released in whatever, you know, '06 or whatever. Spark a conversation. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is a nice piece. I love the fact they're doing it. This is probably one of the best Supreme accessories of all time. I'm legitimately saying that. Maybe even in the top 10, alongside my favorite, which is the pinball machine. That's my all-time favorite grail. If I ever win the lottery, you're going to see that pinball machine in the background. Just saying. Okay, I know it's worth 50K now. But yes, you will be seeing that. Okay? Actually, complete side note. So I work in tech sales. Every time I'd close a deal, there'd be a video playing in the background. Guess what video that was? The Supreme Pinball Machine video. That was mine. Every time Ernest closed a deal at his tech startup, the pinball machine video would play. Really good video. I love that. To be honest, no one cares what you wear in St. Louis. I know I'm wearing dope stuff. Everyone around me just doesn't care. Yeah, I mean, look, buy what you like. Wear what you like. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I think a lot of us think that other people care about what we're wearing when all they really care is maybe they're maybe a little more self-conscious than like they don't care about what you're wearing. They're more self-conscious about what they're wearing, you know? So it's like a lot of us, like, you know, it really comes down to just, at the end of the day, what you want to wear, how it makes you feel, right? Anyway, top 3 item for me, this leopard print. Absolutely love it. It just says skater to me so much. Like, this piece is just sick. Sick. It actually reminds me of another leopard print piece that came out I think about a year ago. I think it was it Toy Machine? I think Toy Machine did a leopard print belt, which we ended up picking up. But we had to. It was just like, it was sick, you know? Because imagine wearing like just a plain fit and then you got the leather belt. It's like, I mean, the leopard print belt, you know, sick. Anyway, more people say I waste money on clothes. Hey man, look, at the end of the day, bro, you're talking to somebody who spends a lot of money on clothing. Like, I love clothing so much, to the point that maybe it's not healthy for me, but buy what you like. And if it makes you happy, because honestly, tomorrow's not promised. Just gonna, you know, I hate to bring a dark note into it, but okay, let me just read this comment. More people say I waste my money on clothes more than finding them cool. I can't even admit those kind of comments have me scaling back buying clothes like I used to. Okay. Now that's fair. I think, especially this year, being more intentional about your purchases, I think is important. You know, so like for tomorrow's drop, my recommendation is don't go crazy. I recommend not buying 5 items tomorrow. I'm just going to be real. I recommend if you're going to get something tomorrow, get 1 or 2 items. That's it. You know, and call it a day. It doesn't. You don't have to unless you're reselling. Okay, unless you're reselling, you don't necessarily. Come here. Yep. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I just need to move some stuff over here. But yeah. Anyway, let me get back to my train of thought over here because my cat was standing on another laptop, which we don't want, right? Yes, yes. Toy Machine leopard jacket. Really wanted that one. No. It wasn't the Toy Machine leopard jacket. It was there was a let me actually find it. Let me find it. It was a I believe it was the Toy Machine belt. Let me jump back on StockX real quick. I'm just jumping to the first link that they pop up, which is the freaking Canaries. I don't know why, but it's one of the links that's just saved here. Give it a second here. Okay, let me just pull this up. Yeah, no, it's definitely the Toy Machine belt. We just got one. We had the option of getting multiple of them, but we just wanted to get one. Okay, let me just is it here? Come on. Give me a second here. Okay, they did a hat as well. I was not a fan of the hat, mainly because I'm not the biggest fan of this cat toy logo, okay? All right, let's just give it a second, man. We did get the vest. I'm going to be honest. We did get the vest. Did I get it in a small or a medium? I think I got it in a medium. We did get the vest. That vest is sick. We got the hoodie too, in gray and brown. Those are cool pieces. Anyway, let me scroll down. I'm looking for the belt. Why is it not popping up, man? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, this is what we got. This is what I'm talking about. And again, I'm not looking to match this with the thing. I'm just saying, if you're going to wear a leopard print item, wear one. That's it. Either you wear the damn belt or you wear the jersey that's dropping tomorrow, right? I always said 160 is a pretty standard for all sneaker purchases. I even thought it was a basic price. Everyone said no, I'm crazy. Hey man, look, at the end of the day, it comes down to a couple things, okay? The income you're bringing in and how much you're spending, I think is important. Obviously, I won't turn this into like talking about investments and stuff like that, but I think it's very important that you're looking at like if you can afford it, you know, like if you can justify affording it and how often you can afford it. Okay. Anyway, wanted to touch on that. I think this is a solid piece. I bought one of these and look how much they're selling for right now in aftermarket. What a great investment. $40 or whatever, 45. Look at this. I still got this DS in its pack, you know? So for me, it's like, even though I'd be buying Preem here and there or whatever, you look at some of these items, you're like, I mean, I'm going to wear mine. But there's no way in hell I'd be paying 90 to 124 bucks on this. Fat chance. Now, I don't like this logo, but I don't care because this belt, you can always swap this buckle out. So I always think about it in multiple ways. I'm like, I don't even care about this. And also, this is going to scratch off very easily. It will. It just will. Unless you put like a clear sticker over it or something like that. But this is a fantastic belt. You know, you could use this belt with so many fits. And the belt speaks. You can wear a fit that doesn't say much. Let the belt talk. Love this piece. Solid. Anyway, just wanted to touch on that. I also got the vest, but it's sold out, and I got the wrong size. Hey, man, sometimes this is why. And again, I'm gonna speak for me on my behalf. That's what I love about the option on going in store is you get to try the damn thing on. You know, what size did you end up getting? Because I was debating on getting a small, but I think I ended up going. Did I go with a medium? Man, I don't even remember what size I got. You know, but I think I got the right size. Because you got to think about it too. If you're wearing a vest, are you just wearing the vest alone, or are you wearing the vest over something? You know what I mean? So that's, you know, If you're wearing the vest over something, maybe you want to size up a little bit, you know, if you're regularly a small, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, I want to touch on that. Anyway, we're getting into we're getting into the heaters, okay? We're getting into the heaters today, okay? Before I close up shop over here, but I just wanted to, you know, I wanted to thank you guys for rocking with me tonight. I know tomorrow a lot of people are on edge, okay? I'm one of those people. I'm a little on edge for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lot of these pieces are going to absolutely just what's the right term? They are going to teleport off the site, is what people say. They're going to teleport before they even teleport off the site. They're just going to be gone, okay? Fast, real fast, right? So before I finish talking about all the rest of the hyped items, the game plan tomorrow is what I'd recommend: Apple Pay, okay? Just be quick, be efficient. Also, what might help is watching other people's videos, like Boons, and look at the different captchas he gets. It's just going to help you know which captcha might pop up for you. Is it the jumping animal? Is it the chest pieces? What is it? At least you'll be ready to go if you get a captcha that you're not familiar with, and you freak out. We don't want to freak out, right? We want to know what captcha we're getting, okay? And most of the Supreme captchas, they've changed it from the old ones, but they've kind of been similar for this season. So you just want to make sure that you're going after the captcha you get. You know what the hell you're going to do, okay? Seconds matter, okay? Seconds really matter on this drop, especially if you're going for one of these hyped items up here or any of the BB Simon in a large item, okay? I'm talking large XL. These are going to fly, bye-bye, okay? Anyway, I'm going to move on, okay? Leather money bag. What I do want to mention here is Supreme has done this in the past in a different material, okay? I don't know what year they did it. I believe it was maybe even 10 years ago. This is a solid piece, and this is one of my favorite pieces that's dropping tomorrow. Now, no, we are not spending $400 on this, even though I generally feel this kind of feels like a little bit like a Louis Vuitton type of piece. These pieces are made, I believe, in Italy, made out of really nice calfskin leather. Again, I do want to mention, because this already has a high price tag, I do not think this is going to be a piece that's going to sell over $450 on the aftermarket, okay? This is going to be, I think, a piece. It's going to sell out. All of it will sell out. All the leather pieces will sell out tomorrow. But in terms of you getting your money back, you actually making profit, yeah, maybe you might make 20 bucks. You might make 30 bucks. So this is what I'm mentioning to you. Is like, do you want to put aside $400 and it's just stuck in an item and you can't use it for anything else? Stuff that you could have more profit. Those balaclavas in black, gonna fly. Go for those. If you're gonna go for one damn item more, just get that. Thank me later, okay? Thank me later. Trust me. Ryan Hill says, I used to like Supreme, but I can't keep up with it, and I just stick to Nike. Hey, that's fine. It's not for everyone, man, and I respect that. You're saving a lot of money not having to look at any of this stuff. Out of sight, out of mind. Now, our problem is because we're so dialed into this damn stuff, like we want to know what's even coming out next week already. And it's like, this drop hasn't even dropped yet. We're thinking about next week. Like, is next week going to be AOI? Like, is next week going to be SpongeBob? Like, everybody's already thinking about the next week. It's like, this hasn't even dropped yet. Like, just chill out. You know what I mean? But I get it, man. I get it. You think they'll have a lot of talk for the chain wallets? If you want the chain wallet, let's jump to that, since I know that's like that. Okay, I'm going to mention this. Now, it looks like this is the most hyped item. No, this is the most hyped item. The reason why this is more higher is because of the price tag. I'm just going to be real. Now, this piece, out of all of them, the one that reminds me most of the Louis Vuitton collab is going to be this red one. And I generally feel, because they're putting a snow camo into the mix, you know, Miami, right, with the Miami store, the snow camo pieces, this, and then we got to scroll down, this, are going to fly. Those are hands down are going to be the first ones to go. Those are the ones that are going to sell out in store first. Those are the ones that are going to sell out online first, okay? Now, really think about it from a practical standpoint, okay? You're buying a wallet, okay? You're going to use this every single day of your damn life, okay? You're going to mess it up, what have you. Red is going to have a very distinctive look after some use. Black is going to have a very distinctive look as well. And so is this camel. What's the best aging? I think out of all of them, that's going to look like it ages really well. I think it's going to be the black item out of all of them. So I think it's important to think about it, how it looks now, how it's going to look later, and then how it's going to look absolutely destroyed. Okay, so I think it's important to think about it that in that light. But out of all of them, especially when it comes to this one specifically, I know I'm jumping ahead here. This is one of the best leather items that's dropping tomorrow. You got the chain, you got that extra piece up here as well. You got the wallet. Now, if you don't want, if you're not a chain person, hey, no biggie. Just take it off, tuck it away. Don't have to worry about it, right? But out of all of these, my personal favorite, I do like that. It's got a little bit of flavor to it, you know what I mean? But you can't go wrong with any of them. But I would ask yourself, if you're going to spend the money to buy one for the personal, just think about how it's going to look like when it's used. Like, just think about it. You know, just think about it, right? So think about that. But this one's going to absolutely fly, especially because they featured it. They featured it in the news. I believe so. Hype Love, yeah, I agree, because of Louis Vuitton's making it more popular. Now, while this is loading, I do want to mention too, you can paint some white over the Supreme and really make it pop. Because if you look at the Supreme Louis Vuitton collab, that's what they did. Now, it's up to you. If you want to go to town with it, add some paint to it, hey, you know, nobody's going to judge you for it, you know. But it does look pretty nice, classic. Now, in terms of the best leather item that's going to resell, I think this one, and then probably this one as well, in the best colorways, right? Let me click here. Okay, so it's actually, it hasn't popped up over here, so let me just X out of that just to save some bandwidth here. But actually, let me just X out of all this stuff so we got a little bit of a smoother stream. Can already picture them rolling up the resale shops with their money back to make purchases. Hey man, I mean, some people just like to flex. But you got to think about it. Are you really just going to be holding this thing? Like, I don't know. I like, if I'm going to be rocking something, I like a strap or something. You know what I mean? Maybe I can see some people, and I've seen this. I've seen some people get like a chain and put a chain on this damn thing, and they just put it around their neck, and then it's just hanging. I've seen that, and it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It becomes like a fashion piece. You know, it's like strapped onto you. You know what I mean? And how they typically do it, you see this area here, right under here, they put a little like lace under it, and they strap a chain onto it, and that's it. You just have that, and it's just hanging and flopping around, whatever, you know. But out of you know, it's interesting to me because if you were to ask me, out of all these pieces, for like the money bag specifically, go with that money bag red. That's just me. I'll pass on the other two colors. So for me, my opinion on like, hey, which color do I go for what? It kind of changes. It changes depending on what, you know? So let me X out of that. So let's say for this, out of all colors, I like the red one. That's me. For this one, most practical is going to be the black. But if I absolutely, like, if I'm standing in store and they're like, choose whatever, give me the damn camo. Give me that snow camo, please. Sign me up. Because this is going to look really nice when it's all like worn down and all grimy and grinded down, you know, and just like, you know, faded out. I think it's going to just have a nice look to it, a nice aged look. But this one, red, without a doubt, red. And then again, for the ladies, for this, I think the black. The black looks the most prominent on this one specifically. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Okay. You're refreshed and it's good now. Yeah. No. Okay. I appreciate that. Thanks for the patience on the audio. Let me just check. Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. Let me just. Yeah. Anyway, let me just catch up. Let me just catch up. Okay. Stream is cutting off. Audio's lagging. Refreshing. It's good now. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that, gentlemen. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Alexandre. Refreshing is good. Yeah, guys, if you could just click the damn refresh button, appreciate it. Sorry about this. I X'd out of my my stuff. Let me refresh also on my end real quick. And again, if I missed your comment, my apologies. Hypelove asked if he thinks there's going to be a lot of stock. I really don't know, man. I really don't know. They don't really do this often. I don't think there's going to be a lot of stock considering the fact that it's you know, it's just like it's made in Italy and it's made of calfskin leather. So I do see these selling out pretty quickly, but you know. So okay, for tomorrow, let me just talk about the game plan and what I recommend for you guys. A lot of it is going to depend. Okay, I know I didn't talk about the knives. We're going to pass on that. I'm really not a fan of how this. It just, I don't know. I don't really like this. I just don't. I don't like this clip on this. Like I just don't. This will sell out, but I'm just not a fan of it. And I don't even like the snow camo on this specifically. If you're going to go with one of these, go with the red one. But I'm just not a fan of this piece specifically. Okay, now let me talk about one of the best items that's dropping tomorrow. This is what most people are going to be standing in line for. They want to get this into larger sizes. Now, out of all the colors, there's going to be a sleeper item out of all of these, and I don't know if anybody knows which one it is, okay? Now, the camo specifically is going to sell out first, and the reason why is if you look close enough, we got the light blue gems on this. I think this is going to do well, especially the fact that the UNC Jordan's coming out. A lot of people are going to mix and match that shoe with this damn hoodie, okay? I do like the gray. I think the gray is going to be the sleeper. That's probably going to sell out last, but I generally think it looks really clean, okay? The camo is what everybody's going to go for because you got the multicolor going on. Look at that. Multicolor on this. This is the only piece with the multicolor gems on it, okay? Which is why this is probably one of the best pieces that's releasing tomorrow. If you're going for this, single cart and just full send. That's it. If you are going for this piece, I don't care what size. I mean, small and medium, you'll probably have a higher likelihood. Maybe a large, but you got to go fast. You got to go so fast, okay? And if you're gonna be using a bot tomorrow, boom, this is the item. Okay. Again, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The price tag. $300, $350 plus tax. It's kind of a lot for an article of clothing. This is article of clothing you're probably not going to be wearing every day because it's on the fancier side. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite pieces that's dropping. I kind of wish they were going to drop the BB Simon bags and lanyards and all that jazz this week. I thought they were going to do it. I was like, all right, well, if they're doing one BB Simon item, they might as well just drop everything else, right? But I guess they're going to sprinkle it out throughout the season. I don't know why they do that, but, you know, we're definitely going to push the like button on that. This is a solid piece. Now, the best colors for me specifically, the camo first, without a doubt, okay? Now, second contender, probably second, I'm going to put it as a tie, is going to be that red and the UNC. That the contenders for that second place. And then I probably would say over the black, that's me. And then the black last. That's just me, okay? But again, this camo is miles ahead of everything else because it's got the multi-threaded gems, okay? Best of luck if you're going for this. I'm going to say a little prayer. This doesn't get swooped up and you're able to actually touch this before you touch some grass. But man, it's expensive, okay? That's like $350 out the gates, okay? For a hoodie, okay? Now, yes, it's a fancy hoodie. Think about how many times you're going to be wearing it. That's the investment piece too, but this is definitely a piece for the collection. I don't have too many ARC pieces, so like this is something that I really like, but I don't know if I'm going to be getting it tomorrow based on the price tag. I think you spending money on like a chain wallet over this, let me explain why. You're going to get way more use out of that chain wallet, I guarantee you, over a piece like this. Because this, we're going to be a little bit delicate. Oh, I don't want the little, some people have talked about the little gems popping off or, you know, came in chipped or whatever, you know. Which is why sometimes it helps to actually go in stores. You can make sure your piece actually has all its pieces together. And this is why you want to ship this in a box. You don't want to just ship it in one of those like You don't want to ship it in like just a regular plastic, you know, like a dark plastic, is because it might hit some stuff and then those beads could chip. Because once it's chipped, and it just is what it is. Like Preem isn't gonna be like calling you up and being like, "Oh, your piece is chipped. Let us ship you a new one." It just like doesn't work that way. It's like, all right. So this piece, strictly for the collection, strictly to wear once in a clean for sure. Okay, because I can only imagine washing this is gonna be a pain in the ass. You're like, imagine you put it in the wash. Definitely don't want to put this in the dryer. It's wash carefully and then hang dry. You want to hand wash this specific piece. And again, the reason why is you don't want to put this in the washing machine and then, oh, like it's missing piece, it's missing the beads and all the gems and stuff, and you drop $350 on it. These are investment pieces. You want to continue to keep the value. The only way to keep the value, take care of the piece, and the piece will take care of you. Okay, that's how it works. Okay. Now, exiting out of this, I think if you're going for one piece tomorrow, there's two recommendations that I'd say. This in camo, or any other damn color you want, or this piece. Now, the third contender, I'd say, is going to be this piece over here. And trust me, I've given some long, hard thought about this stuff. And again, I'm a little biased because this is kind of like what I would go for. These are items I like. Buy what you like at the end of the day. Okay. Let me catch up. Hype Love says the knives are definitely a pass. Yeah, hard pass on that for sure. That blue is clean. Yeah, yeah. Hey, and like I think that's the best part about this too. If you are going for any other color other than the camo, you might have a shot. You want that blue? I think you can touch the blue. You want that blue in a medium? I think you can do it. I think you can touch it. You want it in the red? I think you can touch it. Now the red is classic Supreme. Classic Supreme. So it's like, can't really go wrong, you know? And that gray is actually pretty nice. It's kind of low key, you know? Like let's just take a little gander at it real quick, all right? Let's just take a little bit of a peek. Okay, a little bit of a peek. Let's actually just let me actually just see if I can actually just get any closer. It's like a clear. Ah, man, that's clean, yo. That's clean. But this is the best one. Like for me, hands down. I mean, just the fashion person in me is just like that camo's calling. And again, guys, camo never, ever goes out of style. Ever. So, yeah, man. Hype Love, thank you. I appreciate that, man. And again, bro, we're pretty obsessed with this brand. Like we're skaters through and through. I've been skating for over 20 years. I know my shit. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay, we've been pretty dialed into the community. Sometimes at the get-go, it's not all about. Hey, what are the top 4, 5, 6 pieces? Sometimes it's not about that. Okay, because if you're going for one item more and you want to make some money, this is the piece that you want to go for, okay? Trust me, okay? But again, if you're going for the personal, okay, that's a little bit of a different conversation, right? And again, so Boone's video that he dropped, he kind of said this is kind of like a garbage week. And you know what? He's kind of right. I'm going to admit, he's kind of right. You could just save your money this week. Because look at these price tags. $200. This is probably going to be like, a couple days ago, this was $220. It's kind of going to average at $220 anyway if you're paying tax and shipping or whatever, right? Because this doesn't touch the $250 free shipping. What I'd recommend is already adding something into your cart before, right? It's like something that you know you could just sell. If there's anything sitting on the site that you know you could just flip, just add it in the cart. Get this, sell the other item. That's what like the best people at reselling Supreme, that's what they do. They find something on the site. I'm like, what else can I just add to my cart just to get to the free shipping, just so I can flip that item, get the free shipping, and then I get to keep or flip the other item I got. Okay. Hey, some people do this also for free stickers. You buy the item, you get the stickers. You can list the stickers if you want to sell them, or you just pocket the stickers. I mean, look, this is all my freaking. Look at this. This is all stickers. All Supreme stickers. because we're crazy. Yeah, excuse that one, but this is a ton of Supreme stickers, and just because we've been collecting for like 5 years of collecting stickers. I'm talking like just a ton. The F your brand sticker popped up. Excuse my French, gentlemen. I'm broke, so I probably won't be going for any big ticket items, but I might try the baklava. Yeah, hey, just send it. Send it. Send it for the baklava. I like that baklava. I think that baklava, let me actually go back to it real quick. Price tags are insane. Guys, let me jump back here. Sorry, my apologies. So, the prices are a little bit on the higher side. If you are just going for a leather piece on the more affordable side, gentlemen, I'd say go for this one, okay? But again, think about it. What I do not like about this is two things. And I want to mention this to you guys very briefly, okay? Because I think it's very important. If you're getting this for the personal, you're going to have this weird-ass zipper in your freaking pocket, okay? Now, it might be nudging a little bit against your leg or whatever. So consider that this little piece might bother you, might not. I don't really know. I've never really we rock a card holder. Where's my freaking card holder? Man, that's here. Okay, so let me actually just my cat's like wondering what's going on. Oh, okay. So this is my card holder. Let me bring it up. Okay. We don't play around. This is by a brand called Tanner Goods, one of my all-time favorite leather brands. They make some really good pieces. They did change the sizing of these specifically, but this is my Bard card, okay? And that's it. So you have a little bit of, you've got my name embossed over there. I don't know if you can see it. Kahn, K-A-H-N. So I got my name embossed on it, just so I know it's mine. On the other side, on the flip side, you have Tanner Goods. Now it's already pretty worn down. This is in like an indigo blue, but no zipper, okay? Now if you add a zipper onto that little piece is going to be like nudging at your pocket. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know for sure if it's going to be a problem, but I'm just saying it's something to consider, okay? And then look, this has 4 cards. I have up to 4 cards, and then I have a little area for money in the middle that I can just kind of pop open over there, put some business cards or whatever. I typically bring like 3 business cards, 3 or 4 business cards, just, I just carry them around. Yeah, the balaclava, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, is definitely nice in that black color, 100%. It's the best one. It's the best one. And I like how it's kind of mismatched. Like you got the 25, you got some other pieces, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, let me just kind of let me get my figure back in. Okay, let me jump back over here. So another area that I don't really like about this is the fact that I'm really looking at it. I really hope the quality is going to be good on this piece specifically, okay? Because I'm really looking at it over here. This is probably going to be really small, and I don't know how deep this embossing is going to be. And then we only have, what, 1, 2, 3. That's it. You get 3 slots. So if you're a gentleman and a scholar that carries around 6 cards, 10 cards. You got your AAA card. You got your discount card for Chili's. You got your 2 credit cards, and you have this other debit card. Like that's already 5 cards. And then what? You got your other one for like the what is it? The arcade card or whatever. You have all these cards. Like we've limited it to just 4. That's it. I got 1 credit card, 1 checking card, and then my California ID, and then a Bard card. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And then, maybe we'll toss in like a 20 or a 50 or whatever, fold that sucker in, call it a freaking day. You know what I mean? I don't need a lot. You don't need that many cards. Like really ask yourself how many cards are really used consistently. A lot of those cards, you can just have a digital version of it. Heck, even your driver's license. Guys, you can have a digital version of your driver's license on your phone, and you don't need to carry the damn card anymore. You just have it. Make sure your phone's charged. So that they pull you aside and you need to pull it up. But you think about it, you don't really need a lot of cards. Anyway, I could talk your ears off about this, like the idea of minimalism, even though I'm kind of a maximalist when it comes to buying like Preem and all these other brands and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. And then like another thing I want to mention about the camo, you can kind of barely even see the Supreme. You know, again, yes, this is a new colorway. They haven't done it before. But out of all the colors, I think like the black is probably the most prominent, you know, in terms of like what looks good. I like the red for this though. I think it's clean. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna X out of that. So yeah, tomorrow's not gonna be too hard in figuring out what to go for. I think it's pretty crystal clear in terms of what's gonna go first, what's gonna go second. This item here, this middle one, it's gonna fly. That's like gonna be one of the first pieces to go. This in the camo is probably gonna be very close second contender alongside this because a lot of fashionistas, look at this guy. A lot of fashionistas are gonna want this leopard print. Okay, I'm talking girls, guys, you know, and whatever floats your boat, you know. Yeah, a lot of people are just gonna want that for sure. Yo, Bert Collins in the building. What's up, man? Salute. What's good? What's good? Smash that like button while you're at it, man. Appreciate you for coming on by. But yeah, guys, so I wanted to just touch on everything that's dropping tomorrow. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna be live for that long. I just literally wanted to come live, chop it up with you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all. I hope you guys are doing well. Again, it is Wednesday. It is hump day. And we are excited for tomorrow because tomorrow is a... some people say tomorrow's a big day, but again, really, if you pull back the curtain and really evaluate... Okay, they're lining up. They're going to get the camo. Okay, cool. They spend $350. How much is this really going to go for first day? Let's just think about it. It's a hoodie. It's got the gems. I think the most it will go for maybe $450. So, okay, great. You spend a whole evening in the cold, out in the middle of San Francisco, or LA or whatever, and you profited like $80. Cool story, you know. Was it worth it? I don't know. But if you're able to get other items that kind of help with paying for if you're getting it for the personal and you just really want this and you do not want to pay a resale, okay, I can respect that, especially since the times we're living in right now. But yeah, you're getting one for the personal. Hey, G-Rod, salutes, man. Best of luck. Again, I think there are some sleepers in this. I think the gray is going to be a sleeper. Not the biggest fan of the black, but also I do want to mention, think about this once it's aged. I think it's going to be a cool piece aged, you know, but which one's going to look the best aged? Is the black going to look the best aged? Maybe. Is the camo? I don't know. But out of all my favorites, definitely that camo. Second would be that red. But it's a freaking loud in front of your face. I love it. This is the best piece of the drop tomorrow. I mean for sure, but I could talk your ears off all night about this stuff. But again, in order of importance, for number one, in like pretty much kind of almost tied. Well, I'm not gonna say tied. This second, this item third. That's it. All right. But again, tomorrow, yeah, the gray one's aged better, black fades. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, G-Rod, you're right, man. What color are you guys going for? And guys, let it be known in the chat, what are you going for tomorrow? And don't worry, you know, I know some people are like, hey, don't tell people what the hype stuff is. Don't talk about the black balaclava. That's the one I want. Everybody's going to go for it if you tell everybody about it. It's like, look, anybody who has a brain has eyes and can check StockX on like previous balaclavas. Again, let's just take a quick peek at it. The black jersey that came out, I kind of like it. I didn't get it, but I kind of like it. And if you want to rock the jersey with this, yeah, that black is the move, man. The black is the move. You got Supreme all the way down, like here, like down your cranium, all the way down the neck, like a snake, like you're in a chokehold. You're like in a Supreme chokehold, yo. You got the 25, a little bit of flavor over there. Solid. This is for the price tag. $28. Easy $50 profit. Easy. And you know the best part about this? You might get some stickers in your order too. You get the stickers in your order, you keep the stickers, so you end up with a box like mine. Hopefully not that big a box, but eventually, you know. And then maybe one day, when you're old and gray, you can go through your sticker collection and be like, which stickers do I put on this skateboard? Oh, man. But yeah. But guys, I really appreciate you all just vibing with me. I know that there were better photos on some of the Instagrams. Love the purple and the balaclava. Yeah, no, that's the best one. Now, second contender would be this gray one. I mean, I honestly think they're all profitable, but I'm just saying, if you have an opportunity to get multiple of these black ones, one in store, one online, like full send. We're smashing the like button. The fact that this is really low on the totem pole on likes is kind of a shocker, but that's diamond in the rough right there. Boom. Send your bud. But yeah, you know. So, and again, I like these shorts. You know, these are clean. Well, they're like denim, right? Yeah, denim shorts. But they're also kind of pricey. So again, guys, before you drop a whole ton of cash tomorrow, think of me, and then also think about your bank account too. All right, because you really don't need to be spending more than $500 tomorrow. You know, I'd say put a limit on it. You know, like okay, if you're gonna get this piece, just get that piece. That's it. Call it a day. If you're gonna get this piece, get it and call it a day. You don't need to have it all unless you've been budgeting for this and you want to get it all. Okay, cool. But there's still some pretty hype stuff dropping, and this is where Supreme gets us. They get us to spend all our money this week, and then next week they drop even more bangers, and we're like, oh, I already spent all my money last week, right? So it's important to kind of channel when you like, you know, there's two items that I really, really want. If again, I don't fully know if I'm going to hold off for tomorrow. I'm going to try my best to, but what I am going to tell you is the two items on the top of my list are that AOI jacket in the flame. That's my number one. Like, if I'm not going to get anything for the rest of the season, I'm getting that. And then number two, actually, let me just bring it up here, left to drop, is going to be that bandana jersey in the red and the white. Okay, this, number one, first, for sure. And let me scroll down real quick. This is another really good piece. I do like that in the denim. This one, too, is fire. This. If there's just two pieces this season that I'm like holding out for, it's that AOI, and hands down. When I saw this in the teaser with the red, game over. This is so skater to me, man. I love it. It's sick. It's so good. And again, if you like the other colorways, all good. But like for me, that red and white is just it's the best. It's the freaking best. So, and again, I'm expecting this piece to probably be, I don't know, 170, 180, you know, that's probably what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm trying to remember, like, how much do they typically drop jerseys for, you know? Yeah, I'd probably say, like, you know, budgeting around anywhere from, like, 200, 220 for one of these, you know? Am I making a video of what I cop? I don't really know, man. I mean, I might not. But hey, you know, like, subscribe to the channel, and you guys will find out if I do end up putting a video together, you know? I mean, it would be nice to do, like, a live cop in store and stuff like that one of these days. Tomorrow might be a good day for that, but there's already people in line for sure. I guarantee you people are camped out for this drop because they want the BB Simon and they want to get a couple. They just want to secure a couple of the leather pieces because here's the thing. Let me X out of this real quick. So if, yeah, let me just X out of that, X out of this. Oh, wait, I did end up Xing out of, okay. 2 seconds. Let me actually just go on the drop, back to the drop list. What I'm trying to say is tomorrow, if you're like, let's say first in line or first like 5 in line, you can scoop up like, let's say 8 items and then you could like make a little bit of profit on some of them. I'm saying this, you could get one of those desert, so you say you get the desert camo on this, you could probably flip it for maybe 150, maybe 175. I really don't think it's going to be like that crazy. I'm just being real, okay? And you got to factor in fees too, depending on the platform you're selling it to. This, you get that one in the camo. Okay, cool. You spend, what, 220 with the taxes and all that mumbo jumbo. Probably, maybe first day sales, this might hit 300. I'm just going to be real, okay? And then you're able to get this too, okay? I don't know. Are you getting that for the personal, or you're reselling it? Maybe you can make, I don't know, an additional 80 bucks on that, 70 bucks. It will all add up. It might make sense. And then, you know, if you're like a big spender, you can get this too and that. But again, this is already $400. This is already bucks. So just think about it. Supreme is already making a lot of the money that you could be making. Now, if this was 350,